I am sorry that you have to sit in the sun, but it won't take long. I won't be talking for too long. I want to first of all just tell you about myself. It is important that you know the candidate you are going to vote for. My name is Wobiro, and I was born in a village called Wipim in the mainland of Southland. My wife comes from Ture village. We have 3 children, all adults. They have their own children now. In fact, we have 8 grandchildren, and 1 boy and 7 girls, whom we love so dearly. So that's a little bit about my first person to come to Daru High School. A lot of my friends are in the crowd today, and I'm very privileged that I represent all of us, my classmates and my schoolmates, in this race for governorship. There's an independent monument somewhere here, which myself and my friends, we were informed for. We put this up. And we filled the bottle with names, our names, we wrote our names, and they're here in this monument. So I'm happy that I am talking in front of the monument. After Daru High School, I went straight to the University of Papua New Guinea. I did not do secondary school like some of my schoolmates. They went to school 4, 5, and 6. But I went straight to University of Papua New Guinea after completing grade 4 or Form 4, as we knew it then. When I got to the university, I decided to take economics. So for 3.5 years, I studied economics. Normally you would, in any university for a degree, you will have to study for 4 years. But God was so good to me, He helped me to do well, and I only studied for 3.5 years. In fact, in the last semester, last 6 months, the professor of my school appointed me as a tutor. A tutor is a junior lecturer. And he said, Ati, you're going to teach first year and second year economic students. I found it very challenging. But you know, I had just become a Christian in 1977. That was during my first year at the university, 1977. So I did the right thing, going back to God and said, God, I've been asked to teach. I'm only a student, but I've been asked to teach the first year and the second year economic students. And I was glad that I did a good job. After I graduated, a premier of Western Province at that time, Honorable Tatie Olewale, invited me to come to Western Province to take the position of a provincial planner. And I was the very first provincial planner for Western Province. As a young man, I was not really sure what I should do. But I did my best. I went back to God again. I worked here for 3 years as a provincial planner. Me and my colleagues, we did a first provincial plan for the whole province to guide the government in how to formulate budgets. After 3 years, I got a scholarship, European Union scholarship, to go and study at the University of Manchester in England. Why I left. I left and I went to England, to the University of Manchester, to study Master of Economics. I found it very, very challenging because I've never been overseas before. I was in a foreign country, and England is a very, very cold country. We enjoy sun here. They cry for sun. Why in England? Very cold. I had a culture shock. One day when I went to the university, I asked this lady, well, I was going to ask her first, but she came and she said, "Hello, love, what can I do for you?" No, in Papua New Guinea, we don't say love to other women unless she is your wife. And I was still single. So I looked up to this old woman and I said, "Oh, you are not serious. I mean, I can't marry you. Maybe after 2 weeks you are going to..." I can speak the language of the Europeans when it comes to negotiation. It takes a person who is well educated to be a leader of a province. There are many things that I negotiated for the Western Province, and we have been very successful. I'll give you one example. Some of you who have been to Port Moresby would have seen a hotel I put up at the junction of the road leading to Hohola. The hotel is called Hilton Hotel. Hilton Hotel came to Papua New Guinea the very first time when I was governor. I had to go to Australia and New Zealand to negotiate. They said, no, we are not coming to Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is full of law and order problems. And I said, no, let's think of it this way. One day, very soon, Papua New Guinea will become a very important tourist destination. And those who are already in the country will have advantage over other companies. I want to offer you that position. Come and put up a hotel, and when tourism market grows in Papua New Guinea, you will be happy that you accepted my offer. And I said, okay, Governor, we are convinced you will come. There are other things that I negotiated for Western Province. One time I was negotiating some issues with PNG Sustainable, and they brought in an economist from England to negotiate on their behalf. So I went and negotiated, and this fellow didn't know that I was also trained in England, that I am also an economist. He tried to use all sorts of jargons to get me confused, and I told him exactly what he needed to know. I said, you probably don't know that I'm an economist. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I was trained in your country, in the University of Manchester. Next day when we came back for negotiation, he didn't come, and I asked him, Steve, what's wrong with your economist? So no, he's got a headache. It was just an excuse to show that I had defeated him in the negotiation. Again, I am just demonstrating to you. Your leader has to know how to speak international language, how to negotiate, so that we can bring development here. One other project that I negotiated when I was in the parliament for 2 years is octet. This time the negotiation was with the national government. We agreed that Papua New Guinea should take over octet, that there shouldn't be any more foreign ownership. And the the Prime Minister, Peter O'Neill, said to me, Governor, when we get through this, we will equally share. We'll give you a good package for your people. So on that basis, I worked very hard. I brought in landowners, some here from the CMCA Southline, some up, and other leaders as well. We were successful in our negotiation with the government, and we closed down Octedi for 2 weeks and renewed it again to satisfy some legal requirements. After that, I went to the Prime Minister and I said, okay, Prime Minister, you promised me a good package and I'm going to tell you how much you're going to give me. You're going to give me 36%. And he said to me, Governor, I think that's too much, too high. I will offer you 9%. I turned to him and I said, you made a promise. I will not accept you offering me 9%. So he went, and next morning we met again. He came and he said, I've spoken with my advisors, and they've come up with 9%. I said, okay, Governor, Prime Minister, this is what I'm going to do. You can keep all that percentage. You can keep 100%. I don't care. But tomorrow I'm going to go and organize my people from the North Fly to the South Fly. We're going to cut down trees and we will block the Fly River. How you take your gold and top out is your problem. He said, Governor, I said, Governor, please. Western Papua New Guinea is depending on Octedi, and if you do that, Papua New Guinea is going to go down. I said, that's your problem. Next day he came back and he said, Governor, thank you very much. I think we should agree. I'm going to give you 33%. Again, another point. You need a leader who understands the minds of the government and the government leaders so you can negotiate with them at an equal level. All right, that's a little bit about my background. Let me talk to you about something I'm sure is really pressing your mind, which is my years in Bomana prison. I need to clarify that. When I became the governor, I went to Port Moresby. And one of the first persons that I met was the Secretary for Mining. I don't know whether you know that in Department of Mining, we had 2 baskets of funds. One was called CMCA, another one called non-CMCA. Until I became the governor, I never knew that these projects existed. And I'm sure a lot of you also didn't know. It was purposely done so that the leaders who were in office at that time had the opportunity to enjoy themselves to the fund. The Secretary gave me a long list, and I asked him, what is this list? He said, it's a list of people from the Western Province, leaders from the Western Province, leaders from other parts of Papua New Guinea, senior government officials who enjoyed themselves to the funds that belong to the people of Western Province. I looked at the list and there were some names that got 20 million, another one got 10 million. The whole list was complete, the whole page. People from all around Papua New Guinea were enjoying themselves to this fund. I did some work for Western Province, and that was a total lie. I never did any work. I did some work for Western Province. I wanted to sign this letter. We'll get some money from the mining department, and you and I will fly overseas. We will divide the money there. I would look after them and say, I did not come to Parliament to steal my people's money. I came to protect the money. Enough of you and others stealing our money. This money does not belong to you. So I went to the Post Courier and I put a paid advertisement. This is what I said. I am sick and tired of reading about people from all over Papua New Guinea and Western Province stealing money that belongs to the people. No wonder there is no development in the Western Province, even though we have billions and millions of money. I will not allow it. I am going to institute an investigation, and I've got a list of people who enjoyed themselves through the money, and the investigation will find out why you received that money and what project did you do in Western Province. A week later, I was returning with my wife from Daru to Port Moresby. When at the airport, there were 12 armed policemen waiting for me. 11 of these policemen were from the South Fly. The only non-South Fly policeman was the sergeant, and he was from Popondeta. I turned around, this sergeant came to me and said, "Governor, you are under arrest." I said, you're joking. Why am I under arrest? What wrong did I do? And he just kept saying, "You are under arrest." I raised my voice up and I said, "No way, you are not going to arrest me. Show me the warrant of arrest. Because the law says you will not arrest anybody unless you have a warrant of arrest." And because he did not have the arrest warrant, the commissioner refused to sign. He kept saying, "You are under arrest, you are under arrest." My statement. And I was told that I had stolen 7.6 million kina that belonged to the people of Western Province. That was a big, big surprise. I had never seen money of that amount in my life. Then I was taken to Boroko police station, fed a charge there, held until 3 o'clock in the morning, and my family and friends put some money together and then bailed me out for 20,000. When I was arrested at the airport, I was coming out. Outside the terminal, I saw some senior policemen from the South Fly. I went up and confronted them. "You are behind this arrest, and I don't know why I have been arrested." They just said, "No, we came here to make sure that the police don't abuse you." I said, "Okay, so you knew about the arrest. I am a national leader. I will not be abused. You have another reason why you are here." Late Sir Mekere Morauta was also there. I'm sorry to say, but the children of late Abia Olewale were also there. Arrest me. For a reason I don't know. Anyway, we went to court, and the magistrate says there is enough evidence for me to sentence you to national court. And my lawyer said, "Where's the evidence? We haven't even received a copy of the evidence." "What evidence?" He just said, "No, I found him guilty. He has to go to the national." All right, we were going to get ready to come for trial here in Daru at the courthouse. Many of you will remember that court. And the judge from Medeng, called Martin Tipan, was the trial judge. I was very disappointed that a number of people I had worked with and helped them, they became my enemies. They provided affidavits against me, gave it to the government lawyers. Understand what was happening. Anyway, on the night before we came to Daru for the trial hearing, my wife and I were sitting at our house. We were having a cup of tea. A vehicle drove in. And in that vehicle were 3 South Fly people. The team leader was from Masingana. So they came over, sat down. My wife gave them a cup of tea, and then I asked them, "Why are you here?" And they said, "A certain high order official in the government of Papua New Guinea has asked for 2 million kina." You pay the 2 million kina tomorrow, he will direct the court, the judge in Daru to cancel it. I said, that will not happen. I did not come to steal people's money in order to bribe a judge. As far as I'm concerned, my conscience is clear. I did not touch one toya of the people of Western Province. My standing with God is true. Anyway, we came over here, or rather, after that first group, another group came with the same message. And then another group came with the same group. This time there was a lawyer in that group. So he introduced himself to me as a lawyer, and I said, lawyer, what legal school did you attend to tell you that you can steal people's money and then give it to somebody else? Where did you study to steal people's money to give to other people? What law school did you attend? Anyway, we came to Daru. All the evidences that we provided, our finance officer in Kyoga provided all the evidence to say there's no missing money. They keep saying, no, you are under arrest. You are guilty, you stole. No evidence at all. In law, the judge has to prove, in court, the judge has to prove by law and secondly by evidence that somebody is guilty. In law and evidence, they didn't prove anything against him. Anyway, eventually I was sentenced to 11 years in prison. I prayed and I said, God, I don't know what's happening. You are God. I don't know why I have been sent to prison for 11 years. I thought of people like Joseph of the Old Testament, Daniel of the Old Testament, Job of the Old Testament, how these people were put into problem or into prison for not doing anything. I got my strength from these people. I appealed from the court, and there was one very good judge from Manu, Justice George Manu. He argued in the court, there is no reason, I can't see any reason why governor is in prison. Unless it is a political case and not a criminal case. Because in criminal case, I can't see anything. The case was thrown out, but interestingly, the court then decided that I should be in imprisonment for 6 years. For 350,000 I gave to street sellers here on Daru. Now, the problem was this. Two community leaders from the Kiwai Islands made a list of who should benefit from this fund. They wrote and signed. And that was what the government lawyer was basing his argument on. He said, look, governor did this listing, he signed, and so he has to be sent back. But when my lawyers asked, hang on, have a look at the document. The document is just a plain paper, handwritten, the names of people, and the signatures and the names of the people who did it are there. The governor would have done this, he would have properly typed the names on his letterhead, signed, sealed, and given. Now you are trying to blame the governor for action of two other people. I quickly learned that this was a very, very big network of people. I was the only person fighting against all other institutions of government and community as well. Anyway, they sent me back this time for 6 years. Cut down from 11 years. So I went down to Omana again. And in the Prison Act, CIS Act, There's a section that says as soon as a prisoner enters a prison, immediately 1/3 of his prison term is cancelled. And my 1/3 was 2 years. So they removed 2 years and I was only in prison for 4 years. One prayer, very important prayer I said in prison. Lord, I don't know why I am here, but you know. But I want to tell you this. I completely forgive those people who were involved in sending me to prison. I leave the revenge, the payback into your hands. My job is to love you and to love my enemies and to walk in your ways. I tell you, since that prayer, 13 people have died, and I know many more will die, for illegally and without base taking me to prison and to the court. The first person to die was this judge, Martin Ipan. He was based in Daru. The copy of the court decision went to him and he read it. And when he came to read Justice George Manhu, sorry, my mind just slipped off. Okay, when he read George Manhu's statement, well, he was sitting on a cushion chair. He didn't even get to the end of the statement when he got heart attack and died on the cushion chair. For telling lies. And because I said this prayer, God, you take control, you take over. This was a Southfly battle. The people who fought me were Southfly people. I said, I'm trying to help our Southfly people, and these elites of Southfly are illegally, not illegally, but for no case at all taking me to court. I realize there's a lot of political jealousy in the Southfly. We should be working together to improve our province, improve our district. Everybody has a role to play. Some of us are doctors, some of us are senior police officers, some of us are economists like me, some are lawyers. Keep to your job and do your job to help Southfly or Western Province. If I don't perform, well, you have a reason to take me to the next election and tell him this governor no good. It's not fair for, let's remove him and put myself in. That's the right thing to do. So, I know that a lot of you have had this doubts. Why did I go to prison? I hope you are now clear. I went to prison to guide your money. The only governor who has done so far. Others go there to steal. Because I was able to safeguard your funds in 2 years that I was in Parliament, I was able to do a lot of things. Just 2 years. And because I put a stop to stealing, I was able to use this money for development. Some projects I did here in Daru, I engaged the youth to clean up Daru town and paid them 300 kina every fortnight. Young people, I put that kind of money for school fees. My sponsorship officer is sitting over here, but I don't want to embarrass him. We did a good job. One thing, 30 nursing officers from the Western Province, I sent them to the nursing school in Port Moresby, so they can upgrade their qualification from a diploma to a bachelor's degree. And we completed. Many went to teachers' colleges, many went to universities. One time I was very sick at the Port Moresby General Hospital. I was lying down on my bed, my wife came to see me, and in the evening 2 boys came. 2 boys came. Listen, Governor, you don't know about us, but we know you, and we're here to say thank you to you. Out of your 5 million kidney sponsorship, we came to the medical school, and we are from Olsobit. Not a lot of people think about Olsobit, but you, Governor, are different. You thought about us. Now, we are both doctors here at the Port Moresby General Hospital, and thanks to your sponsorship, many others also benefited. We sent some people to the universities to do their first degrees, some even to do their masters. Another program that I did for the Western Province, I put a lot of money into the fight against TB. World Vision was responsible for implementing. We gave a lot of money. And for the first time I said, part of the money I'm giving you, World Vision, use it to give to the volunteers. They need to be encouraged. The other part of the money, you use it to improve the TB case. We built up, together with OSAID, a new TB hospital, where TB people can be looked after well. Sister Joseph, a doctor who I brought in, and she only stayed here for a few years. Unfortunately, because certain people won't stay here. I gave her money, and she renovated the whole hospital, Daru hospital. I gave her ambulance and other things they needed in the hospital. I built, only had time within the 2 years to build 2 churches, ECPNG and Daru. I also put up fence around